Greetings everybody, Horizions here, welcome back to the YouTube video. It is currently January the 3rd of 2025. Hope everyone's having a great New Year's. I hope everyone had a good New Year's Day and New Year's Eve, whatever you celebrate. And welcome to the first video of 2025 and also the first ever Multimedia Fridays, the miscellaneous show that I've decided to create this channel and effectively do this for the next couple of weeks or just a one-off episode, whatever comes to mind. And today I've decided to take a look at one of, if not the best Western, well, not the best, but still within the top 10. You probably already know it by the name of the title, and I'll show it off. We're going to have two parts to this. Part one, we're going to cover the spin-offs, and then part two, we're going to cover the main set, because that's where most of this is going to cover. So here we go. Welcome to Multimedia Fridays. Let's get this show right on the road right after the break. Alright, that's the break and welcome back everybody. So we're going to cover this. So this is going to be the complete Disambiguation, DVD Disambiguation set of Yellowstone. Now, Sarah Eisenach used to do this thing back on when he used to do the Multimedia Chronicles. He still does it, and a big shout out to his channel because this is how I got into collecting and stuff all these years ago. So first of all, part one's going to cover the spin-off series, and then in part two we're going to cover the main timeline and which sets you should get. Granted, this video may be dated by the time it comes out because season 5 part 2 has not yet been released on Blu-ray or DVD. But for the most part, if you're a Blu-ray collector, the options are going to be pretty much the same, but you may have to hunt down in the wild or buy the Blu-ray editions off of Amazon. This is because Walmart, where I usually buy TV sets, do not, unfortunately, contain the Blu-ray version once it sells out. They'll contain the DVD version, but not the Blu-ray versions. Mainly because most TV shows are not released on Blu-ray unless it is some sort of has been digitally remastered. So, I figured I'd just get you my stance on this, and actually, the first series I watched out of all these was actually 1883, the first spin-off they did. 10-episode miniseries. Again, if I have any collections, I'll put them down in the video below. You'll see the collections made down in the thing. And for the most part, this is a good series. It is by far a 9 out of 10 series. Decent series nonetheless. And then there's the other spin-off, 1923, which is about to debut its second season. I'll actually tell my story in the second part of this series because I figured I'll just get off with the spin-off films. Not the spin-off films, but the spin-off TV series. So this was only done for 10 episodes. This is the one to get. This is the Blu-ray version. There is a DVD version of this. Again, a free disc set, pretty much the same episodes. So if you don't have any streaming services or Paramount Plus, whatever this airs, this is the version to get. This has all 10 episodes, uncut, fully uncensored. Again, the discs are the same. I think it's 4 episodes per disc or 3 episodes per disc. One of those. But again, pretty cool set, and it does come with a slipcover. Now, going on track afterwards is this version. This is the same. This is 1923. Again, this is the DVD version. It comes in a clear case, which I think is pretty cool because we never really got clear cases here in the States that much unless it was a TV series. Again, a free disc set. Free 2 to 3 episodes per disc. Again, it depends on how the disc are structured. There is a Blu-ray version of this, and if you can find the Blu-ray, snatch it up immediately, because those are pretty rare. Now, so figured might as well talk about how I got into the series for a little bit, and just talk about it briefly. I didn't see any of the first few seasons when it aired regularly on TV, actually. Unfortunately, the cable provider I had at the time did not have the channel this aired on, and effectively, I did not have any access to it. But I've had heard of the series, and then all of a sudden, the Writers Guild strike happened. If you're a little bit older like I am, you probably remember the 07-08 strike. Or if you're much older, you probably remember the 87 or whatever that occurred, writer's strike that occurred in the late 80s. Basically, what happens is when a writer's strike happens, I know I'm going to go on a tangent here because why the hell not? A tangent occurs. Sorry. Again, I do these videos off script. I don't do a script because I don't feel like I need to. But again, a writer's strike, when that occurs, the mainstream networks, so your CBS, NBC, ABC, have to air alternate programming because you can't air any new content unless it is unscripted or it has no new writers. So what they decided to do in their best course of action is essentially air some reruns of their back catalog. I mean, CBS did this back in 2020 when they aired Star Trek Discovery, the complete first season out of Framebridge because they just didn't have any programming to air. Enough programming to fill after the COVID-19 pandemic. And so when the Writers Guild strike happened, they were like, well, let's put on something that a lot of people probably haven't seen on cable, and decided to put on the Yellowstone series. Now, unfortunately, if you were a person that got into this series when it aired on CBS or whatever channel you had that aired it on, it is edited down and has been censored, of course, because it is airing terrestrially. So that means virtually no swearing, no nudity, no drugs, blood, or whatever. And it is edited down for 41 minutes plus commercials. So instead of like a typical episode, which runs for like around 51, 45, or whatever, it is edited down to roughly 41 minutes in order to fit, because you have 19 minutes you have to air for commercials and whatnot. However, if you were to get these sets, you're going to see pretty much a difference when you pop them in, because these are the unedited, uncut versions. Basically, all the stuff has been edited, and for the most part, if you have this set, you're all set to go. So in part 2 of this series, I'm actually going to cover that. So stick around for part 2, ladies and gentlemen, and hope we see you in the next video. Take care.